We're on our general consent calendar. And board members, at this time, is there anything that we need to remove from the calendar? Board member Linda Hansen.
I would ask that we remove number 5, R277733.
R277, what was the last?
733.
Okay. Board member Scott Hansen.
Move to remove numbers 2 and 4. So contracts and partnership for student success rescinded funds.
Which one was it that you, a particular contract or all of it?
The USIMS.
USIMS? Board member Jenny Earl.
Yes, I wanted, let me see, Michelle's real quick here. Actually, I believe it's number 7. Sorry, my computer froze on me, so. Yeah, and that's more for informational, so I don't know if that's just something I need to talk to Scott about, or if it's something where it's not an action, but it is on the consent. Should I just, well, I'll just go ahead and ask the question when we get to it, so. So number 7.
Okay. Number 7.
It's the,
What's that? Okay. I'm not seeing any other items to be polled. Vice Chair Brittany Cummins.
I move that we approve the consent calendar.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent calendar. Not seeing any discussion. All in favor say aye.
aye.
Those opposed? Okay, voting is unanimous. Board member Hanson, you pulled number 5.
I would move that we send R277733 back to the Standards and Assessment Committee.
We have a motion to move R277-733 to back to Standards and Assessment. Is there a second?
Second, yes.
Second. Board member Gravitt, discussion to that motion?
Do you want me to
Do you want to speak to
explain?
it?
It's my understanding there's been some policy changes that affect this rule that we need to go back and look at it again.
Okay. Okay, the motion before the board is that we move R277-733 back to Standards and Assessment Committee. Not seeing any discussion, let's vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Voting is unanimous. Okay. Board member Scott Hansen, did you want to speak to the USIMS contract?
Looking at the USIMS contract, I just have a couple of questions, and I'm not sure who the best staff member would be to address
Deputy
those.
Superintendent Scott Jones.
And permission just to ask those questions directly.
Okay. Your questions are?
So this is a $12 million contract, it looks like, over the course of about 40 months. My questions were the rates that we have in the contract, whether those are burdened rates or hourly rates. That's the first one.
Yeah, those are the.
Okay, name, title.
Oh, sorry. Jared Felt, USB IT Director. Those are DTS published rates, and so that's what we go off. Sometimes they vary depending on when we hire and what the market is like.
Deputy Superintendent of Operations Scott Jones. DTS stands for
Division of Technology
Department
Services.
of Technology Services, or Division of Technology Services. They're the state provider, if you will, of IT for the agency. So we do use their rates that they publish when we do estimates or enter into contract agreements.
Okay, so those would be the full cost then? They'd include any benefits or?
So
We
those
don't-
are,
go ahead.
sorry,
Yeah.
those are contract rates, so no benefits, so it's just a flat rate, so depending on their skill set.
Okay, very good. And I think you answered the second question that I had, was how we determined what the market rate was. That's from a state list from DTS for each of those positions?
Yes.
Yeah, through the chair, my understanding is DTS does their due diligence to establish those rates based on market analysis.
Okay, thank you very much. No motion then on that?
We need a motion to approve the contract.
I will
Do you want to
make-
make that?
I will make that motion then.
We have a motion
Thank
to
you. With that
approve that
clarification,
USIMS.
motion to approve the USIMS contract as included in our consent calendar.
Okay, bunch of seconds. Any discussion to the Vice Chair Brittany Cummins?
So when he moved to remove, what, did he remove just that contract? from
Just the one
consent?
contract.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the motion before the board is that we approve the USIMS contract as presented in our consent calendar. I'm not seeing any other discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Voting is unanimous. Next, Board Member Jenny Earl, you had some questions on, I need to have you turn your mic back on. I'm turning to Scott. I'm going to try to keep them off until it's time to speak. Board Member Jenny Earl.
Yes, thank you. My comment or question has to do with, what's the name? It's the class wallet. We had some dialogue yesterday about this, and my only thoughts is we had some discussion about where the cost of it and the money that the company's making from selling other products and such. And I know we're getting a great deal on products because they're going through this. Anyways, it's a little more complicated than that. I just hope we can negotiate some great rates of almost nothing because they're making money on the back end. And so, to me, the more they have, the more entities they have on board for this, we really should almost not be paying anything for this, in my opinion. So I just hope that as we move forward down the road, that this contract is minimal as far as the time frame, and that it also is, and I know this is a pilot program, so I know this is probably already underway, but that we really, as a state, are putting out very little because this is a very profitable industry for them, and so they need teachers and educators as part of this. So just, anyways, I just want, just as we move forward on this, that's just my comment on that, so.
Okay, it's not an action item, but
No.
I think your comment is noted, so it doesn't require any further action. I'm not seeing any other discussion to that particular item. Okay, this concludes our consent. Oh, did I not write something down? Did you have one more?
The rescinded funds.
Okay.
As well.
Oh, and I did not write that one down. 4.4? Okay. Board Member Scott Hansen.
Again, just a request for clarification. According to the memo, we rescinded $108,000. And we are, I believe, going to return $73,000 to the same LEA that was using those. Is there someone who can address a couple of questions?
Okay. We've got some volunteers from staff coming on up. Name, title, and all that good stuff.
Yes, sir. Robert Palmer. I'm an education specialist here at the Utah State Board of Education. I am the grant manager for the Partnerships for Student Success grant. Everything you said was correct, except for we will not be reallocating that funding back out to Weber School District. We'll be reallocating it back to each of the grantees for professional development and data sharing, which is a key part and component of this grant, and to technical assistance so that they can get to know the special unique needs of each of their communities and better serve their grants.
Okay, did you have a follow-up?
Yeah, if I may. So according to the memo, it wasn't clear on where the money was going, and how will that be allocated then? It will be sent to each of the grantees, distributed equally or by some pro rata?
What we'll do is we'll have each of the the grantees submit their plan for professional development, and myself and some colleagues that oversee grants with myself, Camille Seek, who oversees the 21st Century Grant, and under the direction of my coordinator, Dr. Rebecca Donaldson, we'll look at those proposals and we'll allocate out those funds based upon need and based upon their proposal.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
According to the memo, it was misunderstood that it was going back to Weber School District and wondered if we had a new spend plan for them, but see that it's different. And based on that answer, I would make a motion that we approve the use of rescinded funds number 4 on the consent calendar.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the funds on 4.4. Is there a second?
I would second that.
Second. With- Sean, you're going to have to be louder to catch this, or I'll be quicker to watch for you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, let's vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Voting is unanimous. Okay, I think that concludes. I apologize, Board Member Scott Hansen, I didn't write that 4.4 down. I missed it. Okay, that concludes our consent calendar.